Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Raintown. One club enjoying one of its best starts to a campaign in years, while the other is enduring one of their worst in over 20 years. A club of European inexperience against a club for whom a season without European football, well, it's almost unthinkable. One of the small names of Italian football against one of the biggest of Scotland. The contrasts are all around ahead of this opening group fixture. Livorno had a comfortable away win at the weekend, beating Ascoli despite having a man sent off. 5 changes: Filippini, Moroni, Ferzo, Bakayoko and Grandoni all going to the bench. In come Vidigal, Vijani, Rezai, Cesar Pratis, and up front Cristiano Lucarelli.
We think Livorno line up 3-5-2 formation. The undoubted star man is Italian international striker number 99, Cristiano Lucarelli. But look out also for number 29, Cesar Pratis, who loves to bomb forward from right wing back.
Rangers left the field on Saturday with boos ringing all around them. They make 4 changes. Papic is unavailable. He played in Europe for Austria Vienna. No Prusho's on the bench. Bardsley, well, we don't know quite where he is. Manchester or Glasgow. And Shibo drops onto the bench soon. Nachinovo, Chris Boyd, Carl Svensson and Alan Hutton, the men in tonight.
Well, it looks like a 4-4-2, which is something of a surprise, but I think Danny will undoubtedly drop off the game and try to protect the back 4. Big night for Nachinova, who looks like he'll play as a second striker in support of Chris Boyd.
It's not a particularly strong-looking bench there for Rangers. Pomeroy and Stanger would make their competitive debuts for Rangers if they're required. You've really got to look at Prusho and Ray and Shibo as potential options. Well, the red flares are fired on the north curve off to our left-hand side. It's been lively and atmospheric inside this ground. Rangers UEFA Cup group campaign gets underway in this, the port city of Livorno, on the western edge of Tuscany, the region that boasts the most Serie A teams of all regions in Italy this season. Our referee is Julian Rodriguez. I'll tell you, it's Julian Rodriguez Santiago of Spain. While going into the match in Molde, Rangers were unbeaten in 20 matches. Since then, Rangers have collected just 3 league points, lost at Hibs, Celtic, beat Aberdeen and lost to Inverness. So Rangers seeking their first win on Italian soil. Immediately Chris Boyd involved in the action. Nacho Novo. Ball knocked into the box with the offside flags up on that far side. Familiar figure of Sami Kufur, the man at the back this evening. He's won the Champions League with Bayern Munich. Forward to Pisoni. To this near side, a slide there for Rezai. It's a little nudge and no more on Charlie Adam. Charlie Adam played at home against Molde. Stephen Smith just behind him, but it was a definite free kick. So Paul Le Guen yells on his men, the curling ball in. Kufur managed to get the header away. And Rangers trying to apply some early pressure.
Yeah, it's a great delivery in the box. I mean, you do that in a night like this. It's incredibly windy out there on the pitch before the game. But I do think Rangers, although all the noises were 4-4-2, I think it looks as if it's going to be 4-3-3 or 4-5-1 with Boyd at the tip, with Thomas Buffon off to the left and Nachinova to the right.
Certainly very fluid, the word from the camp. We got it would be 4-4-2, and I think these players will be shuffling around all the way through tonight. Some room for Alan Hutton, and the referee decides there's a problem on the far side. Free kick against Rangers. It's a big night for Paul Le Guen, who, well, he was grilled by the Scottish press yesterday, but he kept his cool pretty well. It's against the side who's going well in Serie A. I'm told the best group of players they've had here in years. Danny picked up by Pisoni. Long ball through. Danilo Vecchius. Well, the goalkeeper comes out already. Well, Lionel Letizzi has conceded a free kick.
He handled it outside the area. It looked as if he was going to take the ball reasonably safely, but certainly not what he wants to do early in the game in front of the Rangers supporters.
Well, he's under pressure after Saturday. He wanted a good, clean first touch. Simply put, he didn't get it. Dario Pisoni, plenty of experiences this side. 32-year-old Cristiano Lucarelli goes across. The captain. There's a couple of players unmarked on the edge of the box.
I think Lucarelli fancies a strike.
Well, it is, it will be tested. All sorts of pushing, the obligatory refereeing warning, two-man wall. Lucarelli is going for goal, it's blocked. It was blocked by a Livorno player. The ball comes in again, Buffel looking for it. Knocked high in there, Rezai. And the goalkeeper comes in, and he jumped far too early. Well, if Rangers fans were nervous about the goalkeeper, they're terrified now.
Well, I think everybody in the ground's nervous. I mean, he's absolutely nowhere near that ball. I mean, I think all this publicity, all the stuff that's been in the paper has actually upset this goalie, not McGregor.
Well, there's plenty of pushing and pulling, as you can see. The first corner of the match for Livorno. Back heel on, tried there by Vujani. Goalkeeper staying firmly on his line this time. Lucarelli did exceptionally well to keep that in. And Vicius tries to take the touch away. Well, Lucarelli's already shown he's a handful.
Yeah, he plays a great goal scoring record, but Rangers had a bit of possession first minute of the game or so, and then their goalkeeper does two daft things in the first 5 minutes. I mean, that unsettles your whole team.
Just going to say, if you're Rodriguez and Svensson not playing with a great deal of confidence either, you'll be a little bit nervous.
If you're sitting down there, Alan McGregor.
Here comes Nacho Novo through the miss. Buffel's offside. He will try and finish. Marco Emilia, one of the best goalkeepers in Italy. And Barry Ferguson also felt he was caught off the ball. They are quite a physical side, to be fair.
Yes, they are big lads, but I mean, I think it was a good yard offside there. He could maybe have held his run a wee bit longer.
Kufor to Cesar Prates. Vidigal's made a good run. The touch comes across. Well, we've been warned about Jose Luis Cesar Prates moving down this right-hand side. Most Brazilians would then go with one name. He's got two on the back of his shirt.
Surprise, surprise, he's a dead ball specialist.
It is he. Knocks it through. Cesar Prates moves it away on that far side. Mujani tries to get away from Barry Ferguson. Nice little touch from Vujani. Goes inside Hamdani too. Eventually tackled well. That's a decent ball through too by Charlie Adam. Well, Chris Boyd didn't look up. He had absolutely no support in.
You're spot on. He didn't look up. I think he's got to have more awareness. That ball just had to be held up, wait for support, try and allow people to get in the box. Cesar
Prates. Brazilian moving forward, just trying to get away from Smith. The ball out of play. Said the assistant, we've got a dugout blocking us there, but it may have been for the challenge.
I think the linesman's given a foul, or tried to give a foul there.
For a second the ball had drawn out, but it was the challenge of Stephen Smith. And you can see there Cesar Prates spread-eagled on the soaking turf. He's off the field of play for the moment. That's why Dario Passoni will take. Swung in, goalkeeper comes. Well, that should have been a catch. Buffel looked a bit tame there. Prates trying to go past Smith. The ball didn't actually go out of play. Play on. Well, Stephen Smith can complain, but the spin kept the ball in. Novo trying to be clever, it works. Adam forward looking for Nacho Novo. What a night for Nacho Novo. Started in the CIS Cup, yet to start in the SPL this season. Handy this important European role. Good play from Livorno. Moving up from the back. Pasquale. And well blocked from Hamdani.
Well, I think it's a decent start by Rangers. The only problem is Lionel Leslie's made 2 or 3 little gaffes.
Does he maybe test it again? Rangers win the throw. Captain none too happy. So Rangers have played 10 times before in Italy. They've scored just 5 times. Shut out on the other 5 occasions. They will certainly try and keep Livorno out for as long as possible. Come forward again. And Vicius beaten that time. Here's Ferguson. Nowhere for Adam to go. I'm not sure he saw Lucarelli. If he did, he was very confident in his back pass. Well, there would have been no blame attached to the goalkeeper there.
No, he was almost shot there. I don't think he did see Lucarelli. It was a safe kick away by.
Sami Kufor. So much experience with Bayern Munich. Nearly 200 appearances in the Bundesliga. Onto Rezai. Rezai forwards. Good challenge there from Nacho Novo. Cassoni is very, very strong. The flag goes up. Lucarelli just moving away. The number 99, the captain, the local hero. There's the boss, Daniel Aragoni. Hutton. That's another Rangers throw on that far side. Well, Alan Hutton probably wasn't expecting to play in this game. Phil Bardsley's indiscretion and Hutton the opportunity. Thomas Buffel back to Hutton almost, but he quite rightly just lets the ball run out of play. And Danny onto Buffel. Skips past one. Galante goes across. A little nudge there from Thomas Buffel.
It's a silly foul to give away there in that area of the pitch. He's only going to kick it out for a throw in, and I think it was a little nudge. The referees are always going to give those type of fouls.
Fabio Galante, over 250 Serie A appearances, very experienced. The youngest player in this Livorno team is 24 years old. Johnny has lost possession, so Rangers can strike forward. Nacho Novo. Oh, just going to skid away on this wet surface. Novo swings the cross in, and Cesar Prates puts the ball out of play. Rattles off the corner flag, and it's a throw. Smith. Rangers have a chance here. Buffel. It's low into the box, swept away. Ball breaking down. Opportunity for Nacho Novo, trying to get away. Chris Boyd was in there too, and that's better from Rangers.
I tell you what, it was a decent chance. I mean, I think it was an awkward chance, and he had to take it early. Didn't quite get good contact on it, but that is a good chance and encouraging for Rangers. You see it there. I tell you what, that is a decent chance. It wasn't as awkward as the first look. I think he's got to hit the target there, Nacho Novo.
Good awareness too by Chris Boyd, just to allow the run, allow the ball to move on. Livorno with 3 wins in Serie A this season, 2 by a single goal. The win on Sunday was the best against Ascoli, 2-0. Hutton up against Pascali. Plays it forward into Boyd. Sami Kufor, strong, intelligent player. And Cassoni. Vidigal. Cesar Prates. Rangers have to watch him. He's got great delivery. Taking on 2. Stephen Smith, good challenge. Cassoni is there. Good play from the captain, taking a wide position. Takes on Hutton. The ball comes in. The block was a decent one. Carl Svensson across there on that far side.
Good defending with Svensson, but you can tell already early in the game that Lucarelli is a real threat.
The most capped player for Livorno. Still in single figures. He's not the most popular at national level. Also called by former coach here, by Robert Donadoni, against Croatia. Didn't make the European Championship qualifying squads, but he's one of the prime dangers now. Cornered in. Rangers get the initial header on. It should just be knocked clear by Svensson. No chance for Charlie Adam.
Just a little bit panicky in there. Svensson, I think he had time to get better contact in the clearance there.
Well, he's a player under pressure coming back into the side.
Listen, every player losing under pressure tonight. You know, you get beat 1-0 at Ibrox from Inverness Galley Thistle. You're under pressure.
Charlie Christie certainly a happy man at the weekend. As Cesar Prates with the throw. And Levikas trying to knock the ball down. Lucarelli now out wide. That's just going to skid away. I mean, we have to impress on people just how bad it is out there in terms of weather and the surface. Very heavy.
It is horrendous. I'm surprised the surf's so good. This afternoon I thought this game might be in danger. The rain was so heavy, but the pitch has held up really well. But I think the wind's the biggest problem.
Alan Hutton falls from Nacho Novo. They're certainly leaving plenty of players forward. Buffel had gone forward when Novo had stayed back. Ball going over the top, and Alan Hutton was calm. He's going to have to play it though, under pressure from Luca Vigiani.
Was that an instance where you saw a Rangers players not totally trusting his goalkeeper? I feel as if that should just have went back to the goalkeeper and he should have cleared it.
Well, that's the problem that Lionel Letizia caused early. Bessoni, right-footed into the box. Strong away by Svensson again. Vigiani wants the ball as Rezai comes forward. The Iranian, Cesar Prates, concedes possession. Smith with a long ball, the slip on the far side. And Pascali. The yell of Nacho from Barry Ferguson. Again, Barry Ferguson just yelling for the ball. Buffels comes short. Good battling play from Thomas Buffel. Wants to try and get that in for Chris Boyd. Took a step back. Boyd with a header. Well, Thomas Buffel has a point to prove. He wants to be first choice at Rangers and get back into the national squad of Belgium with some decent wing play.
I thought it was terrific play with Thomas Buffel. Nacho Novo as well, who started the game really well. Good cross into the box. Maybe Chris Boyd could have done a little bit better.
Well, Rangers have played many of the famous names of Italian football and struggled. But here they go with Nacho Novo, confidence to try the shot. Marco Emilia went to the turf, but he didn't really need to. But Nacho Novo, hungry for a goal.
He started the game well. I feel in that instance he could have been more positive and attacked the last man. You know, had a striker go from closer in, but it's half decent effort. He certainly started the game well.
Not bad for a man who's not scored a goal in over a year for the first team.
Well, that's a hell of a statistic.
Lucarelli, Danilo Vicius. Lucarelli again. Svensson for Rangers. Bessoni very loose with the passing. Charlie Adam. Decent passing play from Rangers. Hutton wants the support of Nacho Novo. Didn't get it. Ferguson, Buffels made a run. One in the box for Rangers. The ball comes across. Adams arriving late. I think that may have been defended by Chris Boyd. It was a terrific cutback. Great run too from the midfield player.
That's spot on, Paul. I watched it develop and it looked like Charlie Adam was always favourite to go on. He made a great run in the box. Good defending, to be fair. But very positive from Rangers. Buffel and Nova playing way up the pitch at times.
Ferguson in. Boyd unable to get there. Amelia plays it on. Cesar Prates in field. Vidigal. That was well cut out by Rodriguez. Novo was always second to that. Hutton goes in strong on the challenge, but the referee didn't like the challenge, and the two players just exchange a few words.
I don't think it was the Hutton challenge. I think it's because Nacho Novo committed the foul earlier, pulling the guy back. Pretty sure the challenge was fine. He waited to see if the advantage was going to be played.
Well, there's been a goal in this group already on match day one. Maccabi Haifa against Auxerre. And Masude, after 13 minutes, has put Maccabi Haifa 1-0 up ahead of Auxerre. Svensson onto him, Danny. Barry Ferguson just got. Bessoni snapping away. Ferguson can't get it past the Brazilian. Stephen Smith well up the field. It's to try and make a challenge, can't do so. Pisoni again, plays the ball over the top, the goalkeeper's come. Every Rangers fan was nervous. At that time, Lionel Letizia made the correct call.
It was a good decision. Good decision.
Stephen Smith is down, out of view, and down for Rangers. Rangers temporarily with 10 men. As Thomas Buffel onto Nacho Noble, should return it, does so. Good play, Buffel coming forward. Out to wide to Boyd. Boyd almost in there on the volley. Better play from Rangers, good build-up.
Smashing play. Great run away from the ball with Chris Boyd as well. I thought he could maybe take a touch back across his man with his left foot if he could have got there just a little bit earlier.
If Rangers are a little bit light in any area on the bench, you have to think it is at the back. And Stephen Smith, currently down, made his European debut against Villarreal. He was wanted in the Scotland squad by Walter Smith, but he had a thigh injury. And he's receiving some attention, and there's definite concern for Paul Le Guen.
Yeah, good job. I think it's his arm he's holding for. He's maybe taking a little knock on his arm.
So Rangers players, the substitutes requiring their bibs. It's fair to say Livorno are not really used to hosting this type of event. He's been very strong and inconsistent with the security at times. And as the long ball gets played forward all the way through, Letizia is not really the direct save to make.
The one thing I think Livorno have got, their back three of Rezai, Kufor and Galante are all very quick. Don't know if they're great users of the ball, but they're very quick.
Two out of three internationalists, Iran and Ghana. These two players, Rezai and Kufor, were at the World Cup. Rezai stepping up to take the free kick. He's known as the Secretary of Defence. The good news for Rangers defence is that Stephen Smith has returned.
Tell you what, Stephen Smith's got his hands full as well, because Cesar Prates, he plays like a right winger, but he's so far up the pitch.
Rangers coming forward now. Charlie Adam. Buffel shouting for the ball. Kufor read it. Danny onto Hutton. A very even match so far. Noble tried to flick. Charlie Adam with a lovely touch to try and get past Cesar Prates. Just couldn't do so. And Stephen Smith, rather disappointing. With a curling ball across, but is going to go out for that throw.
It's a right idea from Stephen Smith, just bad execution.
Rangers bench just looking on. Paul Le Guen, 3 titles at Lyon. Did it prepare him for the job at Ibrox though? How to play on that far side. Rangers relatively happy. Livorno playing at home for the first time since the 23rd of September. They won 3 out of 3 on the road without conceding. They have been strong at the back. Amelia away, knocked on by Pasquale. Danny. From Stephen Smith. Chris Boyd heard the shout from Noble. Again, good play from Boyd and Noble. They've not played together too often.
Well, I think Thomas Buffel and Nacho Noble are getting up to support Chris Boyd as early as they can. And it looks like a Rangers team that's hurting, I've got to say, after Saturday, because they're certainly putting a lot into the game. Cesar Prates brings the ball down. Vidigal. Hutton rather screwed that badly. Rodriguez. Vidigal comes in. Well, thankfully the former Sporting Lisbon player knocks the ball well wide. Six years at PSG, but it's first year at Rangers. His European debut for Letizia. Plays the ball away, looking for Rangers to try and get there. The free kick awarded. Vidigal just
climbing slightly as the smoke from more flares just wafts its way across the Armando Pichu Stadium. Danilo Vecchia's trying to close down Hemdani. Adam going for the killer pass. Buffo's on the end. Prate is there. Buffo trying to take him on. Cuts inside. Shooting opportunity perhaps. Good challenge. 8 back for Livorno. Buffo with no particular place to go. Here's Ferguson. Trying to cause some panic with the ball. Easily cleared in the end. Smith. Buffo went down, but he wasn't appealing for anything. Putting out wide onto Vijani. Excellent play from Vijani. And the offside flag goes up against Lucarelli. That's almost a crime in these parts, putting the offside flag up against.
Well, there was no reason for it to go. It's a great run by Reggiani, but I've got to say, what a pass to Charlie Adam a couple of minutes ago. Absolutely magnificent. 40-50 yards. Set up a really good chance for Thomas Buffel. I don't think that's a penalty kick, I've got to say. Just good, strong defending.
Well, Thomas Buffel never raised an arm or an eyebrow at the challenge. Stephen Smith, the only ever present for Rangers this season. Noble. Before again. Rangers seem plenty of the ball in, and that's encouraging.
I think Rangers are playing really well. Last 5-10 minutes, they're getting the ball, they're keeping it. I think that there's certainly a growing understanding between Hemdani and Barry Ferguson. They like to play with each other, pass the ball to each other. And yeah, Rangers are playing well.
Rezai. Danilo Vecchius. Galante signed from Torino a couple of years ago. He's wide on that left-hand side of the back three. To the man who's playing left back for Rangers, Smith. Achinovo's made the run inside. It was a decent one. And a little touch goes against Rangers. And Achinovo did well to shrug off the attention initially, but a small push from him brings the referee's whistle.
Although he's claiming innocence there, I think. But I tell you what, there wasn't much in it. I've got to say, it went down very easily. Great run by Achinovo and a smashing pass from Steve Smith.
Achinovo's 84th game for Rangers this evening, just 13 appearances last term as he fill out the plans.
What do you think? You'd think about Rangers just now, Paul? I think Chris Boyd's got to do a little more, but the other side of that coin is he's the type of player that maybe doesn't do anything, and then in a couple of minutes he'll stick the ball in the net.
Buffon trying to take on Rezai. Armando Rezai, one of the big summer signings here at Livorno this season. Stephen Smith chips it across. Nice knockback. Great shot! Great goal, Charlie Adam! It's his first European goal for Rangers. It's his first goal for Rangers. A sensational strike, and Rangers take the lead.
And he's capable of that. You know, it's a fantastic strike. Good ball, great header back. I was worried that when Stephen Smith ran down the line there wasn't enough bodies in the box, but Charlie Adam got there late. With a left foot like his, sometimes he doesn't need to win the box to score a goal. Fantastic strike.
Well, he was on the score sheet last term for St Mirren, but Charlie Adam, what a sweet way to score your first goal.
Great header back. I think that might be Thomas Buffel, but there's no way a goal is going to save that on this turf. Fired into the net, smashing goal.
Well, he beat a goalkeeper who holds a World Cup medal and Italian caps, and it's delight for Rangers. Livorno 0, Rangers 1.
And I wouldn't say they don't deserve it. You know, they've been very sharp.
Can Rangers score 2 goals on Italian soil for the first time? It's now what ahead of them. And they're certainly out now to frustrate the very noisy local support. Smith looking for the goal scorer. His eye comes away. And that's the kind of ball they've not been playing, the sort of hit and hope. That's the time now Ian, to put the pressure on.
Yeah, I think Rangers just got to continue doing how they're playing. They're keeping the ball really well, getting it forward, getting good support to Chris Boyd.
Another nice touch from Charlie Adam. Hutton for Noble inside Kafur. He's going to attack him all the way. He's brought down, penalty kick. Well, it's all going Rangers' way at the moment. Great run from Nacho Novo. Well, Sammy Kafur has got great experience. The 30-year-old, he should have known better there.
Well, it's a stonewall penalty. I think that's what the pictures say. All the guys have a wee chat about it in the studio, but stonewall penalty. Again, great play by Nacho Novo. Bit of a debate over who's taking the penalty, and I think Nacho's went away in the huff because he's not taking it.
Well, it's Chris Boyd who's going to step up for Rangers. Nacho Novo grabbed the ball, but it's Chris Boyd with 6 goals this term against Marco Emilia, one of the best goalkeepers in Italy. Rangers with a chance to go 2 up. Boyd steps up, as calm as you like, and Chris Boyd can celebrate. He'll run away from the Livorno fans. What a night so far in Livorno for Rangers. Livorno 0, Rangers 2.
What was I saying about Chris Boyd a couple of minutes ago? You know, it's a great penalty. The goalie's got no chance. But big credit to Nacho Novo.
Stepped up, right-footed goalkeeper. Well, he'd selected his destination, and the ball, well away from him. Paul Le Guen wanted a performance for the club, for the players, for himself. He admitted he's certainly getting it. I'm sure as part of Rangers' preparations, Paul Le Guen has told them what to do when they're 2-0 up.
What they don't do is start playing deep and coming off the game, getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Keep playing like this. So that's okay doing that in the last 5-10 minutes.
Well, Rangers scoring 2 goals on Italian soil for the first time, seeking the first one, the first Scottish side to win here. A real test now for Livorno. They didn't concede a goal in qualifying for the group stages against Pashing of Austria. They won 2-0 at home, 1-0 away. Cesar Pratis. Danilo Vecchius, the Lithuanian international. Good ball, cut back inside. Vijani, back to the Lithuanian. That's a great clearing header from Julian Rodriguez.
Very important period in the game now, Paul, between now and half-time.
Cesar Prates, well known for his free kicks, but he's not going to take this one. He's standing outside the box. It's Danilo Pisoni. And there's pressure for Daniel Aragoni, the coach. Pisoni with a corner. Header came just wide though. There's a decent header in too, coming up from the back there.
Well, it's good delivery into the box. I think Rangers have got to have a man in front there to clear the danger.
Vijani it was for the header. Look at Vijani, it was a sub in the away leg of this UEFA Cup in the first round. There's been another goal in the UEFA Cup Group A. Became a Hafia 1, Auxerre 1. Nicolai has equalised for the French side. 2 goals there, 2 goals here. Charlie Adam and Chris Boyd. 5 Scots in the Rangers team, 2 on the score sheet. Danilo Vecchius. 1-2. A little pass forward. Vidigal came in there. Jose Luis Vidigal. Rangers again have to concede the corner. Lucarelli, top scorer in Serie A a couple of seasons ago. One of numerous threats. Pisoni, the goalkeeper stays. There's a push, there's a penalty. Lucarelli is down, the second penalty of the match, and the home side are awarding it. Rangers not happy at all. Chris Boyd leading the deputation around the Spanish referee.
First impression, I didn't think there was a lot in it. That is absolute, that's cheating. That is never a penalty kick.
Well, it was Julian Rodriguez, penalised by Julian Rodriguez Santiago. There was a little tug of the jersey, no more, certainly not enough for contact. Livorno are back in the match, thanks to the talisman, Cristiano Lucarelli. His second European goal in his second European match. And Livorno starts to celebrate.
Well, I've got to say, I thought that was scandalous. I thought Lucarelli was doing as much pushing and shoving as Rodriguez was. Good penalty.
It is unlucky, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a good penalty right in the corner, but it's game on now.
Well, this Rangers side have done what every other Rangers side have done when they've come to Italy. In the previous 10 matches, they've conceded a goal. Chris Boyd just pulling up there, just in the corner. It'll be a strain. He's going to just try and run that off, but Chris Boyd certainly pulled up. Rezai, Cesar Prates. Passoni not passing particularly well. Hemdani. It's a little bit of panic at the back for Rangers. And the home team sense that they might have Rangers a little bit rattled here.
Yeah, I'll get the home supporters are getting up out their seats trying to get behind their team.
A fair old spell of goals here. Fabio Galante. Sami Kufuor played against Italy in the World Cup. Nice touch from Thomas Buffel, didn't lose the ball. Barry Ferguson. Looking for Boyd, intelligent play again, Nacho Novo!
Yeah.
What a terrific strike from Nacho Novo, what a night Rangers are having! 3 goals scored by Rangers. A great try from Adam, a penalty from Boyd. And now Nacho Novo, his first goal in over a year since he scored against Falkirk last September. What a cracker it was.
Well, I tell you what, he's been terrific all night. When we see it again, I think Amelia may be a little bit at fault, but you know, Nacho Novo does so well to keep it on target. Right in the cut, I think the goalie maybe had to move his feet a little bit quicker, but great strike all the same by Novo. It's no more than he deserves or Rangers deserve. He's taking a little bounce over the goalie there, you see that?
It's a little bounce that Nacho Novo was very grateful for. Ball comes across, goalkeeper takes. We're having a little bit of a goal feast here in the UEFA Cup Group A match day 1. Livorno 1, Rangers 3. It's been 9 matches since Rangers last scored more than 2 goals in a European tie. They scored 3 against Porto at home. And I can assure you, not many people expected them to score 3 here.
It's a fantastic game as well, Paul. Played at great pace.
Has Paul Le Guen found the real Rangers? Vijani trying to come forward. Lithuanian coming in. Watching the ball, Lucarelli trying to pull the ball back. Daniel Vecchius had made a terrific run through the middle. If Lucarelli could have found him.
And you saw in that passage of play why Chris Boyd needs to do more. I mean, he's up there on his own, he's got to keep the ball. He's played it straight to Livorno. They've went out, they got a corner.
From the last corner, they got a penalty kick. Swung in, decent ball too. And of course, as usual, both players, sets of players claiming for it. Rodriguez unhappy he didn't get the free kick, and Galante has to move back.
Well, the penalty kick was absolutely scandalous. You know, I hope the guys in the studio have a word about that, but it really was a bad decision.
There's the Nacho Novo finish.
Just bobbled in front of the goalkeeper, didn't it?
Just enough. I don't think there was a divot there.
Just off the wet surface, I think.
Rangers get the decision. Rezai just doing a little bit of pulling on Thomas Buffel. There's a chance for Paul Le Guen to come out the dugout, give some instructions on. Rangers just have to keep going. They can't change the way they're playing. Charlie Adam, who started the scoring. Decent ball in too. And there's the value of Chris Boyd coming forward.
Well, I tell you what, it's great to watch Charlie Adam and Stephen Smith, two young Scottish players down this left-hand side. Great left foot, superb ball into the box, and a good header with Chris Boyd.
Ferguson. Boyd trying to track back, finds his captain. Another run forward, Boyd looking for it. Kufur was uncertain. Rezaian come right in behind him. Buffel for Rangers. No free kick given, both players claiming for one. And Livorno just conceding possession. Rangers just take the time. Ferguson to Boyd, just too far away from Charlie Adam. There's Cesar Prates. And Livorno to drive forward. Ferguson checks him. Pisoni, nice touch. Vidigal. Matheny forward again, trying to link with Lucarelli. Rodriguez got in ahead of the Italian. Good play. Thomas Buffel again takes up position. His left side this time. Charlie Adam. Smith closed down very quickly. Vidigal won the ball. And out of play, the referee looks to his assistants, and Rangers get the decision.
I think one thing Livorno coach Aragoni will have to do is that because the Rangers are Novo and Boyd and Buffel are being so positive, you know, they're outnumbering, they're man for man at the back with that three there. They maybe have to go to back four, because right now they're getting in the downsides of them all day.
Well, Livorno trying to come forward. It's interesting, perhaps they've been fooled by the way that Rangers have set up. Livorno obviously had Rangers watched on several occasions. That's the DVDs as well. As the challenge from Fabio Galante, the referee is giving the free kick. He's had no cause to go to his top pocket so far in the match. And Rangers just may well have surprised Daniel Aragoni. A bit of a waste there from Rangers. But they get the ball back quite happily. Could do little with a penalty, and he seems to have settled down, the Rangers goalkeeper.
Yeah, you know what, he's had little to do. I mean, he's had nothing to do at all apart from put the ball out the net at the penalty kick.
Well, the referee waited a fair amount of time there before penalising Rangers. He's quite prepared to let play continue. Galante looks ahead of him. Again, available, but it comes forward. Lucarelli, then Olivekius, Vidigal, Cesar Prates. He's got a great right foot on him there, but that was just a thump of a ball. Boyd has to hold up there for Rangers.
2 or 3 times now, Chris Boyd's got to get hold of the ball for his teammates.
Cesar Prates trying to bring in Vidigal. Born in Angola, played for the Portuguese national side for a couple of years. Boyd appeared to be held there. Play on. Before running away. Galante across to this right-hand side, a rare movement across.
Well, the game's just settled down now after that goal flurry there, but I think Rangers will be quite happy with that.
4 goals in just over 8 minutes. Rangers will be happy to go in at the break, which is just about 2.5 minutes away, plus any additional time. Fabio Galante moves forward. 7th appearance of the season. And he's robbed there by Barry Ferguson unfairly. The two number 6s collide. The gesticulation so typically Italian there. And the reaction of Barry Ferguson, sadly Scottish, and he's talked himself into the book.
I don't think there was a lot in that. I mean, I think he has to go in the book for what he did after, but I don't think there was a lot in the initial challenge.
The Rangers captain was just very unhappy with the referee. He'd made his point.
He needs to calm down though. A couple of minutes to half time. Rangers winning 3-1. Nothing daft.
Svensson felt he was being pushed there by Lucarelli. Cesar Prates Vidigal goes forward too. Little nudge there from Charlie Adam, who looked round at the referee nervously and then accuses his opponent of diving. That was a nervous glance round at the referee.
Well, after the first penalty the referee gave, you know, he might be capable of giving anything, but that wasn't a penalty.
Buffel tried to link with Smith. Rizai dealt with it that time. The Vecchia still closed down on the goalkeeper. I thought they might have put some pressure on Letizzi, but they decided against it. Ferguson wins the header. Boyd. That should be Rangers' throw. There was a touch there. Rizai again strong in the challenge. Vidigal comes in. Passoni. Vidigal again. Pasquale's been very quiet. Into Vijani. Vijani shown already he's got plenty of pace. That's cut out well by Stephen Smith though. Rangers just hoping for that half-time whistle. Cesar Prates. Some lovely little touch inside, and well, that could be a yellow card. The referee has set the standard, and Jose Luis Vidigal, I think, was still upset of not getting a penalty. Perhaps just the red mist descending.
It was a bad challenge because Vidigal had absolutely no chance of getting the ball there.
On a night like this as well, just stand your ground, you know, defend it well. You don't need to go to ground, lose your feet. So 2 bookings in the closing stages.
Yeah, that's a poor challenge. Deserves a booking.
Julian Rodriguez Santiago, 41-year-old referee, taking charge. A little bit fussy at times, but he's been up with play and he gives the push against Rangers. The game's almost gone back into its shell a little bit after that goal feast.
Yeah, that'll suit Rangers. Just see the half out, 3-1. It's only half time in the game though, but it's a great position to be in.
Cesar Prates decided not to go for it. He thought Lucarelli was going forward. Captain Cristiano Lucarelli was a target for Dukanovic Zenit St. Petersburg, amongst others. He's yelling at the number 29. Smith hurdled across, dealt with by Svensson. Argo's last few moments for Rangers at the end of this half. Cesar Prates, and again, little head flick on. Rangers got plenty of players there. Actually, Rodriguez and Svensson clear. Rodriguez again solid. His 11th European appearance in the last 13 for Rangers. Rodriguez. It's a lovely drag back. Pasquale under pressure, and the referee decides that's it, half time in the Armando Picchu Stadium. It's been a surprising first half in many ways. It's certainly not gone the way that many of these Rangers fans thought it might. Goals from Charlie Adam, Chris Boyd and Nacho Novo. A penalty by Lucarelli for Livorno. The half-time scoreline, Livorno 1, Rangers 3. And welcome back to this Armando Picchu Stadium. A Livorno native who was the captain of Inter when they won 3 Serie A titles and 2 European Cups in the 1960s. He went on to coach Juventus. Livorno were promoted from Serie B after finishing 3rd in the league at the end of the 2003-04 campaign. One of 6 clubs to be promoted that season. It had been 55 years since Livorno's last season in the top flight. Well, Daniel Aragoni has seen enough. He is going to the bench and he's introducing to the action David Baglieri, a man who's been here for 4 years, also played for 4 years at Sampdoria. Lucarelli just trying to influence the referee a little bit, have a few words, and the player that's being withdrawn is Cesar Prates. perhaps a surprise to a certain extent, given he gives such an attacking option. But David Balieri, who came on as a sub against FC Pashing, is on the field of play. So Rangers only win versus Italian opposition in the UEFA Cup. They scored 3 times. It was against Inter Milan at Ibrox. But Rangers looking to do what Hibs, Hearts, Dundee United, Aberdeen and Celtic and themselves have failed to do in the past, and that is win here in Italy. Livorno are unbeaten at home this season, drew 0-0 with AC Milan in front of the biggest crowd of the season, some 14,000. The Rangers have been terrific in the first half. If the second half performance is half as good, well, they can leave with all 3 points. Livorno with the early cross into the box. Hutton with a header away. Look at Ellie again. He's just turning around. He's looking at the referee all the time. Here's Chris Boyd. Takes on Galante. Better holding up play that time from Chris Boyd.
Yeah, that's what you do when you're playing as an out striker up there. That's the type of play you've got to do, and he did really well there.
Galante didn't look too happy. A non-international player of the back three, although he was capped under 18, under 21 and under 23 level. Pushing again in the box, and the referee is pointing for a goal kick. Just checking the angle of his arm. Rangers had plenty of players going up trying to get on the end of that, including Carl Svensson.
Well, Svensson looked as if he was pushed there.
Well, I mean, how do you... Well, one was being pulled, the other was being slightly pushed.
How does a referee work that out, though? You know, that's a hard one to call.
Galante inside to Sami Kufor. Farzai plays it forward again. Rangers gather. Smith has done well on the left flank as ever. On to Charlie Adam. Be interesting to see how the start of the second half develops, and just exactly how Rangers are going to treat this.
Well, it looks like Livorno might have went to a back 4, and you know, it's quite hard to tell. It's very fluid, but Rangers' tactics have stayed exactly the same, and I think that's without a doubt the right decision.
Mijani trying to push forward in between Danilavecchius and also Lucarelli. Valeri towers the ball away. Rangers in the unusual position of a Scottish club in Italy, defending a 3-1 half-time lead. Certainly look to build on it too. Rudiger turns the ball, cross comes in, Letizzi just knocks it down. An early second half touch, certainly more memorable than his first touch in the first half.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy ball to take. Letizzi made it look easy, and that'll give him a little boost, no doubt.
Valeri just moving forwards. Rudiger tries to leave a free kick for Pisoni, so one change made already by Daniel Aragoni, who left Calgary to join Torino, was in charge of one game for a couple of matches and then went back to Calgary, took one game in charge. The fans didn't want him, so he knows what it's like to be persecuted as well. Rodriguez wasn't going to be hurried there. Charlie Adam, Galante's come forward to try and mark him. Novo hugging the touchline. Alan Hutton goes inside. Nice touch by Ferguson. Boyd, and the offside flag goes up. Again, confident football from Rangers. It's been great to watch.
Excellent football from the back. Really good passing. I didn't quite see who was offside there. I don't know who was offside, but 5 or 6 passes the length of the field there.
We saw Rangers fail to score in Molde, we saw Hearts fail to score in Bosnia and Athens and Prague. It's just good to see a Scottish side ahead.
Definitely, I mean, that's the thing. I think the whole of Scottish football, Walter Smith's get the national team going well. Whenever Celtic, Rangers, Hibs, Hearts play in Europe, I think you've got to want them to win, because it's all about the coefficient.
For Boyd, penalty scorer for Rangers. To Charlie Adam, who got things going. Vidigal was strong in the challenge though. Valeri. Passoni. Again favouring the right foot forward. Lucarelli tried to get in there. The referee decides there was pulling going on, and Lucarelli may try not catch the referee's glance this time. But it was a free kick, and Rangers will pull the ball back again, just time being wasted. Premier League action, of course, on Saturday afternoon, and Sports Team will bring you all the news, the scores as they happen. 4:30 Saturday afternoon on BBC One Scotland. It's the quietest I've heard the Livorno crowd.
Yes, because Rangers, you know, they say they're unbeaten here this season. Rangers have certainly been the dominant force in the game so far.
Here comes Nacho Novo from Ferguson. He's got a bit of pace. Took the touch almost inside Kufor. That's more like the challenges we expect from Kufor. Nice strong challenge.
And although it's a grain, it's really positive play by Nacho Novo. Tries to just nip it through the legs there. But Rangers look like the team that are going to score, albeit that they're already 3-1 up.
Not scored 4 goals away from home in European competition since they played Dynamo Moscow. Corner driven in, head flick away. Boy quickly throws the ball back to Thomas Buffel. Rodriguez on to Smith. Buffel is the short option, that's where it comes back from Ferguson. Adam wants the ball played and it was just a touch heavy. Well, he did exceptionally well to win a corner kick. Unusual for Thomas Buffel to hit a pass too hard, but Charlie Adam fighting all the way.
It's seldom you see a Scottish side come away from home and put in this tight a passing performance. I mean, their movement away from the ball, off the ball is terrific.
Hutton onto Adam, tries a left foot strike again, and why not? When you've scored your first goal for the club, you may as well have another dig.
He's every right with a left foot like him. It's a sledgehammer. He's every right to have a go there. Just couldn't keep it down.
On his 13th appearance for Rangers, his 9th of the season. He's on his best run, having started the last 5. And Thomas Buffel goes looking again. Wide with a layoff. Well, that was a strong challenge by Sami Kufor. And the referee just standing over. And of course, there's always going to be those little bits of afters coming in. In truth, it was a bad pass back for Adam to try and take.
It was, but you know, the bottom line there is that's an awful challenge. An absolutely awful challenge.
He's just returned to the side. Kufor. He had a few problems early in the season. He's on loan from Roma, played against them in the opening day of the season, lost 2-0 and had the most almighty elbow swing from one of his former teammates. It wasn't seen on the day, but it earned him a 3-match ban.
I mean, the foot's raised, he's got all 6 studs showing, or whatever they've got in their boots these days, but it's a poor challenge. He could have went for that, you know. He could have went a straight red for that.
So again, just a little bit of time wasted as the rain comes on, even heavier here in Livorno, just down the road from Pisa. A lot of the Rangers fans spent the day, and the locals do not like Livorno, that's to be absolutely certain. Wishing all the Rangers fans good luck. So just up the road in Pisa, they'll be happy as they are in Govan. Ferguson plays it in. Rodriguez tangling with Vidigal. Lucarelli went to ground so easily. Boyd to Buffel. Buffel looks around. Plenty of players in support behind him. He's going to chest Valeri. Valeri just watching. So again, he has to try and get involved. Buffel moving forward. The cutback almost reaching Nacho Novo. Sami Kufor was in there. Lucarelli trying to get the better of Rodriguez. defending by the Frenchman, one of 3 French players on the Rangers side. Go for again to Galante. Valeri just knocks the ball back again. Well, a side who do enjoy also playing on the counter-attack, Livorno, but they're finding Rangers just holding ranks at the moment. Galante forward again. Lucarelli. Pasquale gets a rare touch. Left foot delivery, goalkeeper looking as it spins away. Vidigal was behind Smith. Stephen Smith just dealt with that properly.
It was good defending, safe defending. He took out a good position, managed to cut it out.
Danilo Vicius. Again, there's nothing going right for the Lithuanian striker when he's moving the ball. Nacho Noble strong up against Pasquale. Giovanni Pasquale, former under-21 internationalist. Strange in the fact he's co-owned with Inter Milan, but he's at Livorno at the moment. He's back involved in the action. His first home European appearance, Pasquale. As coach Aragoni has seen enough, there's going to be another change for the home side. Vidigal won the ball well. Valeri low in. Well, Svensson has a look around, but he decided he had to knock the ball out of play. And Vicius was coming up close behind him. So it's going to be Roman Rezai who's withdrawn. And Stefano Maroni will come on after 57 minutes played.
I think it's all right, Livorno changing personnel. I think they've got to try and change the shape of your team just a little bit to try and get back in the game.
It's a midfielder for a defender. Maroni had started the 2 previous European matches. Good header away by him, Danny. Here's Nacho Noble. Ferguson up in support. Before trying to track back, miscommunication. Well, Rangers are lucky they get that back without an attack forming. Well, there's nothing that Thomas Tuchel could do there. Well, the throw was not taken correctly. And the assistant says you took it from the wrong place. The referee concurs. Been another goal in Israel. Maccabi Haifa against Azer. They lead by 2-1 for Coley after 56 minutes.
Paul Le Guin out the dugout there, urging his players, I think, to keep a hold of the ball. Don't give it away cheap.
And he's back inside quickly in the rainy nights in Tuscany. Vijani. Lucarelli's not shown too much around goal so far. Easily back by Pisoni. Pasquale easy away by Hutton. Was expecting an awful lot more from the front 2 of Lucarelli and Danilo Vicius.
Well, in particular, Cristiano Lucarelli's a big reputation, and he scores a lot of goals, but I think it's testament to how well Rangers are defended at times. I mean, the midfield and the defence.
If the Lithuanian striker's name is familiar to Dunfermline fans, you're right. Played 3 times for Dunfermline. He just lasted 46 minutes against Kilmarnock. Played under Jimmy Calderwood at East End Park. Rangers leading. And the ball just drifting through. No shout from the goalkeeper. It's now 3-1 in the other match in this group. Israeli side through Coletti after 58 minutes. So 3-1 to the home side there. And 3-1 to the away side here. Adam Boyd and Noble. Livorno-Glasgow. Well, he's not really had too much to do. He played well last season when he was with Avellino. Scored 17 times in Serie B. But Rangers have handled both the front players pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's been a good, so far, a good all-round performance, defensively, midfield and up front.
Well, a bit testy too, Giovanni Pasquale. Just having a few words with Boyd. Buffel. So many maroon jerseys round him that time. Ferguson just to get the better of Pisoni. Vidigal. Valeri, substitute 4 years at Sampdoria. Moroni gets one of the few touches so far since coming on. Vidigal again. Moves forward, man outside him. Vijani playing on that wide on the right hand side. Look at Vijani again, trying to get away from Stephen Smith. Moroni comes short, works the 1-2. He was slow to get the cross in, it was deliberate in the end, good save from the goalkeeper. And Livorno-Glasgow finally gets an attempt on goal. He's hardly had a chance, but Letizia was equal.
Good cross. Letizia called into action, he's not much to do, but that's a good save.
Moroni trying to come forward, and Danny thought he handled that. Rodriguez gives it to his countryman. Alan Hutton annoyed with himself. Here's Charlie Adam. Rangers have got plenty of players forward. Adam's still going. Dragged the ball out wide. Nacho Novo was waiting.
I don't think Novo made a good enough angle there. He kind of hid behind the defender. I think Charlie Adam wanted to get on his left foot and have a strike, mind you. Livorno supporters trying to lift their team now. You're getting a feeling this is an important passage of play.
Well, the BAL are behind the goal defended by Letizia. Formed in 1999 but disbanded officially. Unofficially is another matter here in Livorno. He's not coming out, he's dug it into the rain, but he's happy, still getting his messages across. Ferguson trying to play it onto Boyd. No, he's got a bit of pace. Kufur goes across. Novo doing the right thing, trying to put the goalkeeper off. And then he brings it back to earth.
And Danny thus far has given a masterclass of how to sit in front of a back four and keep the ball. He's been absolutely outstanding.
63 minutes gone. Livorno have not conceded in the last half hour of any match this season. Rangers trying to break that, trying to break their home record too. Curling ball, Buffel will come down if he can hit that. Amelia with a save, driven at the goalkeeper, and a great opportunity for Rangers in the second half.
Thomas Buffel did the right thing as well. He tried to side through it with a bit of pace along the ground, along the wet surface, but it's a good save by Amelia. Alan Hutton.
We'll see as much time as he can get away with. Him, Danny, Ferguson. Just his left-hand side. Boyd came short, led by Galante. And Livorno-Glasgow comes forward. Onto Moroni. Moroni just held up enough by Adam. Mijani. And then go cross. Lucarelli head down and goes. Kept it in. Pasquale. Teasing ball into. Smith gets enough. And Livorno comes in. Well, again the Lithuanian disappoints. He broke a few hearts when he scored for Lithuania in Naples against Italy. And he's breaking a few Italian hearts again by being off target.
Here's the chance here, Paul. Does defenders really well there. It is a good chance on it. Good save by Amelia.
Best away performances from Rangers in several years, perhaps from a Scottish club in several years in the UEFA Cup. Mdani onto Charlie Adam, onto Chris Boyd. Buffal's made a run, Boyd's going himself.
I think his standing leg just slipped there as he went to strike the ball. I mean, I think it was on to have a shot, but he might have been better holding it up.
Chris Boyd with his first European goal in his 5th match. Chris Boyd's goals this season have come when he started the game. 7 in total now. Pasquale, Maroni, onto the 3 Italians combined, the Ghanaian internationalists go for. No real pace about Livorno at the moment.
No, the Rangers players are closing them down ever so well, particularly when they come into dangerous areas. You have 3 or 4 Rangers jerseys around the ball.
David Ballieri. Ballieri again. Little flick header on. It was Vidigal who was there. Jose Luis Vidigal.
Just 1 or 2 little gaps beginning to appear in the Rangers box. That's a couple of cross balls in now that have looked dangerous. Will Mr. Le Guin be thinking about the lads in the studio were maybe thinking about going 4-5-1 in the last 15-20 minutes? He might be thinking about that just now.
Paul Le Guin has not suffered back-to-back losses in his time as Rangers boss. Rangers haven't done so since February. He came on the back of a bad defeat by Cali Thistle. They're playing exceptionally well here. Action over, just not enough on it. May come back to him though. Galante leaves him on the ground. Pasquale. Curling cross, central defender should deal with that. And Lucarelli just found himself trying to react.
That's again the last 2 or 3 delivers into the box. There's been a bit of panic in the Rangers defence. Important passage of play.
Again, Rangers just thumped the ball forward, and again it's with Marco Emilia. Italian internationalist beaten 3 times by Rangers. Ballieri. Touch on to Vijani. Vijani can't keep the ball in. It's tempting fate perhaps, but Livorno are running out of ideas.
Well, I think that's spot on. I think although Livorno's had the better of this half, the best chance of the half is fell to Thomas Buffel.
Well, they qualified for Europe for the first time with a 6th place finish in Serie A. Lazio, Fiorentina and Juventus all finished above initially, but were moved down because of the points deduction. And of course Juve moved out altogether. AC Milan had a 30-point deduction, but still finished ahead of Livorno. Forward. Chris Boyd again trying to hold it. He was getting support too. Ferguson, Noble, Buffal again all coming forward as well.
A great run by Chris Boyd away from the ball off the defender's shoulder there, but you know his touch has got to be a little bit better when he gets good service like that.
In the final quarter of the match again, Livorno frustrated on that far side. Stefan Grucci has been sent off for Azea after 65 minutes. He will miss the match against Rangers. It's the match on match day 3. Lots of good news for Rangers tonight.
Well, if it stays like this, that's for sure. But 1 goal from Livorno, the crowd will get lifted and it'll be all to play for.
It's an old-fashioned arena, more Serie B than Serie A in its standards, but it will be rocking. And the flares will fire. Now for Livorno can breach the Rangers' goal. Stephen Smith wanting it, and it's going to go against him.
Stephen Smith's a tenacious little player, isn't he? It's so hard to beat 1-on-1.
I wondered for a second what you were going to say there. Well, again, the cross disappoints. Well, he can motion all he likes. Divine intervention doesn't seem to be coming the way of Livorno.
Well, that just frustrates the manager and frustrates the fans. Valeri, great chance to cross the ball, puts it well over the bar.
Not be the sexiest name in Italian football. They came within 1 point of winning Serie A back in the 40s. Well, they've got to their name. What on earth was Amelia doing there?
Well, Chris Boyd put him under good pressure, although he had a lot more time. He could just have got rid of the ball early.
My first reaction was actually to look across the pitch to see if somebody had gone down. Hemdani on to Noble. Rangers searching for a fourth.
I honestly don't think Hemdani's given the ball away once tonight. Maybe once in the first half. Barry Ferguson as well, been absolutely outstanding.
Bassoni trying to get something started, comes to him again. Lucarelli flicks on. Danilo Vicius tries to make something happen, but again Rangers collect. Buffalo under pressure, the referee will give the free kick. Just coming back to the goalkeeper there, knocking the ball out of play, it sends a bad message to your team as well. It looked like he was careless. Or
the same type of message as a bad cross does a minute ago. It just frustrates, and that transfers from the terrace and onto the pitch.
Livorno were unbeaten in their last 5 matches coming into this one. Rangers having too much for them. Novo felt he was fouled there. Galante was on the wrong end of Novo first of all. Very casual from the goalkeeper. Livorno's record signing, £500,000. He's been beaten 3 times as Rangers come forward. Pasquale. Svensson defends. Moroni goes for a goal. Good save from the goalkeeper. Decent height for him, but he got round and made sure he pushed it well away.
That was a good save from Latisi, because it was a good strike. It's definitely going in the far corner. Good stop. I think Rangers almost turned into a 4-5-1 now. I think Thomas Buffel and Nacionova get pushed back the park.
Livorno looking for their second. Rangers trying to resist. Lucarelli was up there, knocked back by Galante. Ball comes down, Moroni in there again. Little snapshot wide. Just don't really want to give them any encouragement.
No, the last thing you want to do is give this support a lift. If that happens, they'll get right behind their team in the last 15-20 minutes or so. It'll be very interesting.
Novo was onside and pushed to the ground. Oh, Giovanni Pasquale hasn't particularly impressed. He was on loan to Parma last season.
I don't think he's worried about Nacionova's pace. What I would say, I think Paul O'Gown might be thinking, because of Nacionova's lack of game time, he's starting to look a little bit tired. He's been absolutely terrific.
Philip Schibo may be an option wide on that right hand side.
Not committing quite as many men forward for this set play, Rangers.
Well, Barry Ferguson walks away from the set play. Didn't want to get involved in the warning from the referee for time wasting. Charlie Adam deep. Well, there wasn't really too much else could be done at the back post there. Chris Boyd was waiting for it, and Vijani just decided to concede the corner.
It's all down to the delivery. I mean, really, Charlie Adams got a great left foot.
He used it to great effect in the first half. Another deep ball. Adam waiting for it. Tries to go up. Amelia watches. It was Rodriguez who got the initial header. Bassoni trying to provide the passion, but nobody moved in front of him. Rangers robbed them. Ferguson should play it through De Novo, holds on, thinks about it himself. Amelia knocks the ball away.
I think you called that spot on. I think it was really on to slip that Chinovo in there, who a minute ago I said he looked tired. I tell you what, he's still running about. But it's a good strike by Barry Ferguson to end up though.
3 goals in Europe, Barry Ferguson, a 4th would have wrapped this one up nicely.
Bit of an eccentric save as well from a goalie of his standing.
This player in, it's Alan Hutton who went up, that came off the back of Vidigal. Rangers enjoying some pressure in the closing 15 minutes. The rain has relented slightly, and Alan Hutton is going to get himself booked. Well, time wasting. The referee had already warned Charlie Adam. Rangers didn't take heed. They're moving this time. Hutton and Kufor just knocks it away. And Levekius comes away. Valeri. Tracked back by Smith. Kufo's there too. He's almost going to run out of space. There he. And Rangers get the throw. Paul Le Guen still not going near the bench. The 11 who started continue. And they continue to impress. Galante shoots for that. He gets it. Just played it off of Charlie Adam. Livorno are going to make their 3rd and final change. Ibrahima Bakayoko preparing to come on. Rangers again have to defend. Rodriguez turns it away. He was loose that time. Maroni for Livorno. Vidigal's made a great run to the back post. Lagrelli comes to. Goalkeeper for Rangers was solid. Rangers have not got it away. Pasquale comes in. The chip across. This could be 2. Lucarelli is offside.
A little bit slack from Rangers. Barry Ferguson's pass. Letizi as well, you know, another good stop, good decision coming to punch the ball.
Well, look at Vijani, the 30-year-old Italian, another one of the new players here at Livorno, comes off. Ibrahima Bakayoko, Ivory Coast international, will come on to replace him. And if Bakayoko looks familiar, he was signed by Walter Smith for Everton for £4.5 million. 23 matches and 4 goals later, he was on his way to Marseille.
I think they just sound the bugle now. I think they're going 3 or 4 up the pitch now and just going to try and get right at Rangers.
Of course, this is a one-off match. There's no reason not to go for it. Ferguson trying to close down the goalkeeper, swept high into the Tuscan sky. Only the latest player to go wide on the right-hand side. Charlie Adam nips in after him. Danny had done the initial work. Hard to see from this angle if got too much on the player there, but it's almost like the last few challenges. Yeah, he did get the player that time.
It was a foul, and it's smart play by Charlie Adam because he's trying to draw the foul, and that's what he did.
No, and just gets played back. And the Ghanaian internationalist, glum faces. And you see in the press area as Lucarelli tries to light up Livorno, touches the ball wide. Bakayoko. Rangers clear again. Pasquale plays away. Bakayoko comes forward. Lucarelli brings it down. That right foot's got some magic and power. But he magicked the ball over the bar that time.
That is a chance as well. You know, Lucarelli's right foot there. He's got to hit the target. He's got a lot of space there. I think Paul Le Guen might be thinking of just about a little change of tactics.
Still no sign of any changes coming from Rangers in terms of personnel. Rangers a little over 10 minutes away from the first win in Italy. Ferguson plays it, Boyd goes head to head, the goalkeepers come out.
The wrong striker on the end of that one. You know, you want Nacho Novo on the end of that type of pass, but a good pass again by Barry Ferguson. Defensively, Livorno haven't convinced me whatsoever. Their goalkeeper and their back 3 or 4.
The goalkeeper's interesting, AC Milan to replace Dida. It's not really shown that form tonight. Rangers have called back Philip Chivo. And I think that is the change that will come. Alan Hutton taken off in the Old Firm match, but he's looked so good tonight. Can't let his side to throw that time though. It was remarkable that going into the match in Molde, Rangers were unbeaten in 20 since then. They collected just 3 league points, lost at Hibs, Celtic beat Aberdeen, then lost to Inverness. And that's the preparation they've had coming into this. Ferguson on to Buffel. 3 defenders round him here, just try and go for the line. Hurdles over.
That's thought that had to be a foul, Paul.
Just waiting for the referee's whistle, it didn't come. Rangers still have it though. Nacho Novo, Danny with his first loose bounce of the night, and it's taken 81 minutes. Lucarelli pulls it forward, down to Vickius. Jesus, knock it on. Bakayoko. All he can do is win his side a throw. And Rangers aren't going to make the change. The number goes up, and the number is up for Chris Boyd. On his 5th European appearance for Rangers, scored for the first time. A Cam penalty kick. Scored on the half hour, and he'll just take his time wandering off.
He's certainly taking his time. He's walking any slower, he'd stopped.
Chibo immediately going into the middle of the field. A handshake for Chris Boyd from his manager. The job not yet done. Pasquale, plenty of space in the box. Bakayoko almost away. Rodriguez in there for Rangers. And Lucarelli made the challenge, and Rangers get the goal kick.
Great defender from Rodriguez, really smart play, just jumping the challenge of Lucarelli, knowing that the ball was going to get carried out for a by kick.
Livorno scored 6 goals in 6 Serie A matches this season. They conceded just 4, didn't concede an island match against Fishing. They've lost 3 tonight. Amelia again, high in the air. Irigal wins the header. Danilo Vickius comes forward. Bakayoko just lost balance. That's neat from Rangers again. Barry Ferguson loses out though. Did the hard work to find space. Passoni.
Well, does that sum up Livorno's night? A lot of loose passes. They've been made to look an ordinary team by Rangers tonight.
Certainly a loose Passoni. Chibo gets his first touch to Jan Kafur. Easily turned away by the defender. He's certainly not impressed me as much as I was expecting him to. Galante, a very solid player. It's just a couple of matches this season too. Plays it forward. Svensson that time coming forward. The Swede is hurt. He'll pick himself back up. Ferguson almost fortunate to get a touch across. Some of the little breaks just going Rangers' way. Thomas Buffel. Smith Ferguson makes himself available. Hemdani. Nacho Novo. Hutton's taken a gamble and made the run on the overlap. Novo tries to play it through. Chibo goes in. Just got enough of a touch away, but couldn't put it on target. Didn't have a great deal of power either.
Not a good run though, good movement again, and good to see Hutton making the forward run this late in the game. You know, he ran 40-50 yards to support Nacho Novo there. Pasquale forward. Garelli trying to get in.
Livorno-Glasgow again was challenged. He's not done a lot. And long may that continue. 13,200 inside the Armando Picci Stadium. And a couple of thousand Rangers fans are delighted. Irigal trying to get involved in the action again. Rangers have given the Livorno fans very little to cheer about in the second half, and forward comes Ferguson onto Shibo. Rangers looking total control. Charlie Adam. Rangers aren't going to make a change. Dado Crucial preparing to come on. Charlie Adam again. Stephen Smith.
A little bit of slackness there from Charlie Adam.
Livorno-Glasgow on Arsenal's books. Well, he went in heavy there, sliced his feet out.
Just frustration, wasn't it? Nacho caught in possession by Nacho Novo, who has been tireless.
Well, Nacho Novo is going to be withdrawn. On his 10th European start for Rangers, he scores his 5th European goal, topping his personal total at Dundee of 4 goals.
And I'll tell you what he's done tonight. He said to Paul again, I want to play in your team. But I think he's been absolutely excellent.
Well, Crucial Novo was such a key part of the Alec McLeish side the last couple of years, not so much last season.
Getting a round of applause from Mr. Le Guin there.
That's good to see. The handshake as well. Rangers 3.5 minutes away from a great European result and a perfect start to Group A of the UEFA Cup. Crucial involved. Shibo will drive that across. Buffo was coming in at the back post. Livorno looked like a beaten side. Comes through. Kufur wants his goalkeeper to come and take Buffo, trying to go in. Given away. Charlie Adam steps forward. Adam still going. Kufur came across with the arm. Charlie Adam wanted the free kick for the elbow. Well, Scottish and Italian side have gone to head-to-head 29 times, including Champions League meetings. No Scottish side has emerged from Italy with a win on Italian soil. And Rangers tonight have been excellent. The best they'd enjoyed in Italy prior to this. A draw in the Cup Winners' Cup quarter-final in 71-72, a 1-1 with Torino.
The second half onslaught from Livorno hasn't really happened. I mean, every time they tried to get a bit of pressure up, they made a daft error, put a cross out the park, gave the ball away, and Rangers have controlled 90% of this football match.
Certainly the second half has been as surprising as the first in terms of Rangers playing so well coming into this match off the back of a couple of poor performances, as you say. And the charge from Livorno hasn't happened. Aragoni made 3 changes, and it's not helped. Rangers are going to make another change. Gavin Ray has been linked with Aberdeen, is about to come on. Lucarelli, Moroni with his 8th club. Tries to play the ball in. Hutton again with a header. Is the word comfortable fair?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. I don't think Rangers have looked in danger of losing a goal, and they've looked like adding to their 3 goals.
For Rangers making the 3rd and final change. Thomas Buffel had started the last 3. Comes off. Double figures for Buffel in terms of European appearances for Rangers. And a very satisfying night.
Well, it's just magnificent to see a Scottish club come to play in Italy and go away with a comfortable victory, if it stays the same, which it looks likely to do.
Well, it's been a great week. Celtic thumping Benfica. Rangers 3-1 ahead here in Italy. Rangers only 1 defeat in the last 12 European matches. That was away against Inter Milan. We enjoyed this one much better. The low drive comes in. Lucarelli will score! The last couple of minutes may now be interesting. Lucarelli scores for the 2nd time this evening in the final minute of the match. It's Livorno 2, Rangers 3.
Well, it makes it interesting. I don't know how much added time there's going to be, but I tell you what, it's going to be a rough 2 or 3 minutes now for Rangers. Look at Ellie again. He's been quiet all night, but he's been alive in the box. Falls right to him, and it's an easy finish.
Was there much the goalkeeper could do? Well, Bakayoko got the power on the shot.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think there's a lot. I mean, I think he got a good hand to it, but an easy finish from Lucarelli.
3 additional minutes to come, but Rangers can waste some of them down at this end. They've won a corner kick. Pasquale was very loose with a header.
We wouldn't be Scottish if we didn't make it hard.
So Rangers will have to dispatch somebody to take the corner. They can't afford another yellow card for time wasting. The referee will just add time on. Out of your picture, Livorno have left 3 players forward. Rangers have got 5 back. And the idea, I think, will be to play this short. Ferguson on to Charlie Adam. Adam will force. Good luck to the official seeing this one. And it's gone the way of the home side.
The crowd trying to get behind their team now.
Well, if Rangers fail to close this out, it'll go from one of the most memorable nights to one of the most disappointing. Barry Ferguson just trying to hold on to the ball. He wants somebody to move. It's Svensson. First minute of additional time is gone. There's a real spring in the step now of Livorno, brought back by the number 99. Pasquale into Galante. The ball comes down. Moroni will make the run. Stephen Smith goes in on the challenge. Brilliant against Lucarelli. And picks out Shibo to boot. Fantastic from Smith. Ferguson sends it for Shibo. He's got the legs on Pasquale. Tried to go for the spectacular! Well, the cross was waiting for Daniel Crucio, but it came in and the crossbar was clipped. Charlie Adams should take it to the corner flag if he could. He just can't.
Well, that was the archetypal cross-come shot there. But I think it was a cross and he got lucky. I think he's trying to find Daniel Crucio. I'd rather seen him run it in the corner, I've got to say.
It would have made perfect sense. But he will come for that and gather the time.
Nail-biting stuff, Paul, wasn't it? A minute to go. On such a comfortable evening for Rangers. They've been terrific all night, yet it ends up they're hanging on with a minute to go.
Show with a glancing header. So Serie B, they won the Anglo-Italian Cup back in 1985. Not one of the big names, but they've made a name for themselves over the last couple of years in Serie A. And Rangers have been trying to control it. The Rangers fans want the whistle. We're not the only ones. That's a push. Alan Hutton. Galante just shouting back at his teammates.
There's only one place this is going.
Shibo having to move away. Massoni. Forward it goes. Galante forward, gets the flick on. Bakayoko tries the shot. Then Letizzi holds on. He'll take his time, and that could be game, set, and match for Rangers.
Yeah, comfortable stop.
Well, the ball goes into the chest of the Rangers goalkeeper. It's the last action of this UEFA Cup Group A match day 1. And what a night it's been for Rangers. They weren't lucky in Livorno. They fully deserved their win. Rangers 1-2-3 from Adam Boyd and Novo would certainly please PLG. They're the first Scottish club side to win in Italy. The Rangers fans are delighted. Alan Hutton had a great game too. And the Rangers backroom staff will be mightily relieved about the performance, about the night and about the passion. Tuscany is always a pleasure to visit. Rangers certainly enjoyed it. It finished in Livorno. Livorno 2, Rangers 3.
Barry, a fantastic evening for Rangers Football Club. It's the first time Rangers have ever won in Italy. How would you describe tonight's win?
To be honest, we're just relieved, especially for the game at the weekend. Bitterly disappointing performance. So we showed a lot of fight and a lot of character, but it's been badly needed.
That was more like a Rangers performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, at least we showed a lot of fight and spirit. So it's all right saying it, doing it one game. You need to start doing it every game. The spirit and the fight we showed out in the park tonight was different class.
What do you think made the difference? You've gone from arguably your worst performance of the season to almost certainly your best.
It's a kick up the backside. We needed. There's 50,000 fans there at Ibrox at the weekend, and they were all disappointed, and so was everyone in the dressing room. So we needed to go out tonight and show a good performance, and I thought we did that. It wasn't one of the best performances, but at least we showed a lot of fight and a lot of character, as I say, which is needed to play with Rangers.
Well, you're very modest because you scored 3 goals in Italy against a team that's doing not too badly in Serie A, and yet you're saying it wasn't the best performance. No,
I mean, we can always improve. That's the main thing. I just thought we showed, as I say, great fight. And we need to, as I say, it's no use doing that one game. We need to start doing that every game now.
Just finally, in terms of the group, Barry, what does this show that Rangers are capable of in terms of this?
Sorry, I didn't hear you there.
In terms of the group, Barry, what do you think this shows Rangers are capable of? You've won in Livorno. This sets you up superbly well, does it not? Yeah,
as I say, the away games are. You go away any away game in Europe, you get a point, but you get 3 points tonight was great for us. But as I say, it's only one game. We've got another 3 games in this group that we need to win, and hopefully we can progress in the tournament.
You should be a very proud skipper this evening. Well played, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks. Cheers.
Lorenzo, are you as surprised as the rest of us about just how well Rangers played and just how comfortable a victory that was?
Oh, it was a wonderful victory, and okay, the result has been fantastic, but I think the performance of the team has been absolutely excellent, and that's makes me think positive about this team, because the beginning of the season has not been fantastic, but I hope now the team is getting better and better, through the training of the new coach as well, a few new players. So I think eventually this game will give more morale to the team, and hopefully from now on they can improve also result during the domestic league.
Even though the scoreline says 3-2, it seemed more comfortable than that. Rangers had lots of chances, and it seemed almost like at times Rangers were the home side this evening. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I left a couple of interviews days before telling newspapers that Livorno was a very solid team. Now, I don't know if tonight Rangers been very good or Livorno has been bad, but for us it doesn't really matter. It's important that the Rangers got these 3 points. As we said, the performance has been fantastic. Few chances, the score could have been bigger for us, but quite happy.
A little bit of history was made this evening because Rangers have never won in Italy before. How do you think this sets them up for the rest of the group? They must believe they have a very good chance of qualifying from the group if they can keep that kind of performance going.
Yeah, absolutely. But, history is there to be made, and Rangers, I think, tonight made a little step forward in the history. So I think it's important for the team now to get always concentrate for any kind of game, because it will be important to give continuously results. So now, starting from tonight, this has been a very good result. Hopefully, in the weekend, they can do very, very well as well. And from there on, it will be important to keep going this kind of situation. And the manager knows that. So hopefully, they can really improve.
Celtic beat Benfica, Rangers beat Livorno. That says a fair bit about the standard of Scottish football, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's normal. That's normal because it's not like 20 years ago. Football is changing everywhere. It's important to get a good organisation. I think now football worldwide, it's about organisation. Yeah, sometimes single play they can make the difference. That's for sure. Quality is there, but if you have a good organisation, you can supply in some problems. So Rangers tonight was very, very. Never Livorno looked the strongest team. In fact, wasn't at all, and that's it.
Lorenzo, good to see you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks very much. Cheers. All the best. Take care.
Paul, many congratulations. You've created a little bit of history this evening. Rangers' first win in Italy.
With a good game. First half was brilliant, and I'm very happy with the way we played. Very good involvement. Each player did his best, and the result is there. So I'm very happy. Yes.
Yes, the result says 3-2, but for stages, for periods in the match, Rangers were far more comfortable than that, were they not?
Yes, and it's so important to begin well the stage and to win away. It's good, but we must carry on. We know that we have a long way to go to be well, to be confident. So perhaps this victory away can help us.
I think you've gone from arguably your worst performance of the season to almost certainly your best in the course of just a few days. Can you explain that?
I agree with you, but I am convinced that we can get more consistency. It's a difficult job, but it's a great one, and we must be together to get through difficulties.
Yes, were there any doubts in your mind at all after all the criticism that came your way after the Inverness game, building up to this game, the thing with Bardsley? Were you thinking, what have I done? What have I got myself into?
I do my best, and criticism are normal when we are not good. We were not good. Criticism was there, but you know, I know football enough, and the true one day it's not true after. And the most important is to know where we go, and I feel that such a victory can help us for going where we want to go.
Yes, this sets the standards, doesn't it? Because now you can look and tell your players, everyone looks at this game and sees how Rangers can play football.
Yes, I think we did a very good game with very good movements, and scoring 3 goals against Livorno, it is not easy, and we have possibilities, it's clear. With young players sometimes, with Charlie Adam, for example, he scored a goal. With Nacho, who came back, and the most important is to have a good competition between players.
When Nacho scored his goal, the first thing he did was run over to you, jump into your arms, and there was a really nice moment.
He knows that I never give up with him, and even if he has some difficulties during a period, I like him, and it's a good guy, a Rangers guy, and that's why fans like him, and no, I'm happy with his behaviour.
His contribution this evening was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yes, he scored, and he did a very good game, yes. Thank you.
Maccabi Haifa won, Paul. Rangers winning here, how does this set you up for it's a fantastic start to this group, isn't it?
It's good, but I would prefer a draw between the both teams, but it will be a tough game against Maccabi Haifa. Maccabi Haifa did a very good game against Liverpool, and it will be tough. One last
question, if you don't mind. For the weekend game, does Phil Bardsley come back, or is he finished with Rangers now?
It's too early.
Well, enjoy your evening. Very well played. Thank you.